Dolphins fans, what is going on? It's Ben Morgan, Fins Up Network. Now, one of the perks of being subscribed to the Fins Up Network, which if you haven't done so, make sure that you are doing so because of stuff like this. Because one of the perks that you guys had was we knew that the Miami Dolphins had an offer out to Dalvin Cook. What, 2 weeks ago? We talked about it. We talked about how far apart they were from what Dalvin's reps wanted versus what the Dolphins were willing to give. And that was basically about 2 weeks ago. But now the story is absolutely blowing up because of Barry Jackson reporting he got wind that the Dolphins have indeed made a contract offer to Dalvin Cook. And now that story is going up, obviously. And it makes sense. It's the mainstream media. That's how this works. I get that. But now we are back to discuss the latest with the Dolphins, their pursuit with Dalvin Cook. Plus, I've got a couple of extra nuggets that I do want to add in that weren't part of that Barry Jackson report as well. Now, the biggest nuggets, I should say, that I have learned today from a source that's connected with this whole Dalvin Cook situation is that the Dolphins currently have two other teams that are kind of in competition that have at least put contract offers out to Dalvin Cook. So as it stands today, I don't want to say it's necessarily a bidding war, but at least the NFL teams that have contract offers out to Dalvin Cook, the Miami Dolphins are joined by the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. Now, I know a lot of people thought the Denver Broncos were going to be huge players in all of this. And yes, they did show interest right away, initial interest in Dalvin Cook. But from what I have heard, what I have been told, nothing official contract-wise between the Denver Broncos and Dalvin Cook. So if nothing changes, if it remains these three teams, regardless, Dalvin Cook will be playing in the AFC East in 2023. Now, this is me just predicting. I'm going to say that right now. I do believe that Dalvin Cook will be a member of the Miami Dolphins. And I know a lot of fans, a lot of viewers are just kind of, you know what, like, we've got enough running backs. We've got needs at other positions. We got depth at defensive line we could add a linebacker. We've got in-house guys that need extensions. We got really good running backs the way it already is. Achane is flashing. I get all of that, and I understand that, and I'm typically in that line of thinking as well. But I tell you what, from what I'm told, Chris Greer, Mike McDaniel, they understand and just completely acknowledge and believe in the levels that Dalvin Cook can take this offense if and when he becomes a Miami Dolphin. But think about everything that Dalvin Cook does. And I've kind of touched on these things, but there's one other thing I want to touch on to kind of wrap things up with these updates. But all the time, really good running backs make your average offensive line look better than they are. When you're a natural runner, when you can find those seams, when you can break tackles, when you have that ability as a natural runner, you make your offensive line better. But most importantly, the other thing that I want to touch on is look at what this would do to Tua Tagovailoa. Coming into the league, his potential and where he could really he comes in the league, what's he already great at? Well, he was already considered to be one of the best RPO passers that was going to be in the NFL. Now, he's proven to already become that. But has he ever had a stud running back that defenses have ever had to worry about, to try to keep in contain, to really have to game plan against? Yeah, you're game planning against every team starting NFL running back, but not to the caliber of Dalvin Cook. Now, if you can throw him in that backfield and you can get him rolling and you can get him going and you're mixing in those RPOs and you're mixing in that play action, just imagine that the stress that takes off of just relying on the passing game, play in, play out, week in, week out. Dalvin Cook is the type of running back that can do that. Yes, at 27, 28 years old, he's not going to be Dalvin Cook from 2020 or whatever it was when he had that great season, but he is still a top 10 running back in this league. So it helps the offensive line. It helps Tua. It keeps the defense fresh by extending drives. In those cold weather games, late season games, when teams rely on the running game, it helps with that stuff as well. When you can turn and hand the ball to a guy 20 times and not have to worry about it, because that's what he's been doing his entire career. That's the type of stuff that Dalvin Cook brings you. So like I said, I think if things fall apart, let's say he signs with the Jets. It's not the end of the world. I still like the guys that we have, but I've gotten to the point. I've been told enough. I've I've kind of beaten it into my own head that I'm to the point where I am good with Dalvin Cook being a member of the Miami Dolphins. And you know what? Just kind of going all in for this stretch run for however long he's here. And we got Tyreek, you got Tua on the rookie deal. Make it happen while you can, because these opportunities, these windows close. They don't stay open forever. Look at Seattle when they had Russell Wilson in that great defense. They had Wilson on that rookie contract. The Chiefs are kind of the outlier right now. But man, when your window is open, you have to take advantage of it. But like I said, that's what we have got new for the day. The contract being offered really isn't new news, like I said to begin the video. However, with having three teams kind of in that contention right now with actual contract offers is the new news that I have for you today, at least. That's what I have got for today in Dalvin Cook Watch 2023. And until next time, Dolphins fans, fins up.